This section I actually divided into more smaller videos, which make it easier for you to refer to the videos later on if you want to just want to look at the videos again. Let us just state very clearly now that as I'm talking here, that these things are the core, the absolute core. If you do not memorize this and you do not understand this following few videos in this section, you are going to really struggle to do the algebra later. It is very important that you understand this and that you memorize this. So we are going to focus on a bit of terminology, and one of the terminologies we're going to look at is a factor. What is a factor? Well, a factor, they say, and they use the word whole number. And remember, what are whole numbers? Whole numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so on. Those are whole numbers. Are those whole numbers by which it can be divided with no remainder? So we cannot say that 5 is a factor of 12 because 5 go into 12 twice, 10, and we've got a remainder of 2. You remember that from primary school? So it's 2 remainder 2. So 5 is definitely not a factor. And when we get to grade 12 and we study the factor theorem, it's important to understand this, that something is only a factor if it divides that number by, if you divide the number by that and there is no remainder. Very important. And they say factors are separated by multiplication sign. If we look at 12, 12 is equal to 1 times 12. So those are two factors. But 12 is also equal to 2 times 6. So they're separated by the multiplication sign. And 12 is also equal to 3 times 4. That's why we can say the factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Those are the factors of 12. Very important. You must study the term and you must be able to understand that we're talking about whole numbers. What are whole numbers? We need to understand that we divide this whole number by another whole number and there's no remainder. That's the definition. We must memorize this, drill this into your head. It's very important. I'm going to show you later on how easy it is to find the different factors of numbers. The next one is multiples. Multiples. Now they say multiples of a number is the product of a number and any other natural number. So we cannot say 3 times 2,5 because this is not a natural number. It must be 3 times 2. Then 6 is a multiple of 3. And 3 times 5 is 15. Then 15 is a multiple of 3. It is this number multiplied by a natural number. This number multiplied by a natural number. Give me the multiples of those numbers. So look at the example. 15 is a multiple of 5y because 5 times 3, a natural number, make it 15. So the multiples of 5 would be 5 times 1, which is 5, 5 times 2, which is 10, 5 times 3, which is 15, 5 times 4, which is 20, 5 times 5, which is 25, 5 times 6, which is 30. Again, it's important to remember that multiples is a number which is the product of the number multiply any other natural number, like we've looked at this. And those are my factors and my multiples. You need to memorize this. When somebody wake you up 1 o'clock in the morning, you must be able to tell them exactly what is a factor, what is a multiple. And we will discuss a little bit later how we can find the various factors of numbers. There's an easy way of doing that. So it is important that you must drill this yourself. And please memorize this, drill yourself now already before you actually go into the work.